Oi, pessoal! É um prazer estar aqui com vocês. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for the opportunity to share and learn from people all over the world. And the work that I've been presented for you, it's about development of agency in early childhood during COVID-19. My name is Monica. I live in São Paulo, Brazil. I studied language at PUC, that is also in São Paulo, and I'll be presenting this research that I've been doing since in the beginning of the year. Okay. This is a quote that I really like a lot, and then I want to share. If a child can learn the way we teach, maybe we should teach the way they learn. And that's true. I think we really have to be aware and sharpen our ears, our listening for what they are asking for their voices. So that's, I think it's the most important point of education. Okay. First of all, I want to present the school I work in. This is it's a private school in São Paulo. It's a Brazilian school, but we have a bilingual program in this school. And in this program that I work in, there are some spaces, the playground, the sandbox, some of the rooms, and it's the big view of the school. What is the bilingual program? The bilingual program provides immersion in the language. So the language is used as a mean of teaching the different curriculum components. We believe that this immersion from an early age favors language appropriation in a natural and meaningful way through an investigation in which students observe, create, explore, and record their findings. This program was built thinking about the importance of developing multiple competences and skills that prepare all the students for a globalized scenario and enable them knowledge and experience of another culture, expanding opportunities of opening borders for them to become citizens of the world. So this is where I work in specific in this program, in the bilingual program, that the language that we are talking about is English. So they speak Portuguese and they have English also at school. So this is my students, because this research is linked to my professional performance as a teacher. With a group, they are 3, they turn 4 during the school year, and they are enrolled in this bilingual program. And this was a specific day that it was raining a lot. There were thunder and lightning, and they were very curious about the rain. Where does it come from? What about the clouds? What happened when they are not in the sky? What shapes can you see up in the sky, in the clouds? So from this day on, and it was like in March, from now we still are talking and researching and discussing about the rain. It was in March when we were together, and this is the way we are now. This is the way we are having classes now. We have classes every day, like about 30 minutes, because they are really small, and this is the time they can be in the computer. And this is some of the activities we do as collage. We were talking, they were talking with each other by the phone. We do the calendar. So this is how we've been doing now during the remote teaching. What is the aim of this research and the work I'm going to present? The aim is to analyze how the organization of the curriculum using multiple languages and multimodal resources can promote opportunities for the development of and expansion of agency of children in a complex and constantly changing world, especially during this pandemic. Um, Before talking about agency itself, we have big questions that what are the ways of teaching young children in this specific bilingual immersion contest that really promotes the development of agency. First of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about our organization, our curriculum organization. First, we have our educational project that brings the values and the mission of the school. Then we have the great design that then where we write specific things for that specific age. Then after that, we have a big planning, the annual planning that contains all the events and all the literature and all the field trips, everything, and even all the objectives that we are going to follow during the year. Then we split this big planning in two. We have semestral planning, and all of this we put in the weekly planning, things that we do daily. Besides this, we have a common basis for education in our country that ensures children's daily learning rights, integrating knowledge, culture, and multiple languages through interactions and play. So what are these rights? Coexist in big groups, in small groups, in pairs, with older kids, with younger kids. It's a right that they really have to connect with each other, with another culture, another grades, to express themselves, to talk, to participate, to give ideas, suggestions, to talk about their feelings, to explore different materials, different cultures, different spaces, to participate, to take their voices heard, and the most important of all, play. They have the right to play. So the big research questions is, actually we have a lot of questions, but the big question is, what are the ways of teaching young children that really contributes to the development of their agency? But people ask me, what is agency? What does it mean? What does it mean to develop agency? I'm going to explain in some few pictures here. It was an activity with this little girl. She just turned 4. She had a little trouble, some issues in the beginning of this remote learning, and we set some specific time for her that I used to meet her by herself, only me and her, for like a month. And from now on, from this day on, she started to really participate. She is now secure, confident to talk in class and to interact with her friends. This was an activity that we were like, they could choose a costume and come wearing and for the class to be someone. They could choose to be a doctor, a teacher, a veterinarian, whatever they wanted. And she chose to be a cooker. She prepared some kitchen stuff, and she would prepare something for us. In the first picture here, she was telling me the menu, because I asked it, what should I order? I don't know what I want to eat. And then she said, I have this and this and that. So we showed her head, and she really has a fund of knowledge. She has a lot to say. She knows many things, probably things that she likes, things she uses in her house. So she brought a lot of things. In the second one, she found a way to record what I was asking. She chose an iPad. She just like was pretending she was writing and typing what I was asking her. On the third picture, she's like delivering the foods I ordered. She was giving me the foods. And in the last one, we were having fun and eating together. So it was not an activity that I thought then what to do, what to say, how to act. It came by themselves. As she did this, all of the other ones, they came with this big knowledge from play, that they set the rules and the way they rule the play actually. And so this is a way to develop agency, to have to hear their voices. I have next slide. Let's move. So what I want to about this is that all children are born with agency. They are able to act in the world as social actors and producers of cultures and engage in real situations of their own life. All children do have funds of knowledge. They do know a lot and deserves to be appreciated and celebrated for their capacity to take the world and change it. They are able to generate new landscapes as they develop power through their social engagement. Here I brought a little bit of theory about Annie Stansenko that talks about the transformative activism stance, as well as the development of agency since the early childhood, and what she brings at changing the world while being changed by and in this very process of enacting their transformative agents, is that all the human development it goes on this project of people. Children, they have to become free and authentic persons with self-determining identity, an irrepeatable voice, and an irreplaceable role within the social world and its collective history. Because when they exercising positions and stances that play affords, play in lots of different activities in the early childhood education, they gain experiences and tools for becoming social actors that are able to develop and exercise their agency in challenging and contesting the given and the taken for granted. So that's what we want, to hear their voices. So by far, during this remote learning that is still in ongoing, the experiences that most favor the development of the agency of these students, as well as a critical and transformative development, were the proposals that supported the fundamental frames of childhood education. So, daily life situations, to hang clothes, to wash the dish, to set the table, to make the bed, things, because now they are living in a house, then some of them wouldn't leave because they stay the whole day at school. Another way to develop this agency is for pretend play, to pretend to be doctors, chefs, pilots, to pretend to go on a picnic or to take care of the babies, as well as make believe. Let's make believe we are hunting or we are going on camping, whatever. So make believe that we are flying to the skies, and then we go to the room and put some flashlights on. Nature observation is also very important because it's a way to care for things. We planted seeds, we planted herbs, we water them, we put them in the sun. As well, we observe the nature outside our window. What can we see from the outside? As well as social interactions. Even in a virtual way, in remote learning, they talk to each other, they see each other in the little squares, they ask things for each other. So this is the way we can do it now, and they really do it. The next one, I'm going to show you that as far as we can observe, the children are developing and gaining power as they discover their voices, they use their voices, and have the chance to use it freely in a warm and challenging environment where they have their rights respected and their voices heard. What now? The conclusions we have so far is that we verified that even remotely, the children were able to articulate their ideas and thoughts, to make suggestions, to develop preferences, showing themselves more confident to act in the collective, participating in the decisions taken in the group, and standing in front of new challenges and theories. So teachers, what are the implications for us? We do have to work hard to offer the best way for our students to learn and be able to grow up. We want them to be aware of their own learning and transform the world using their voices. We do have to sharpen our listening to be aware about the way they learn and provide them with rich and challenging experiences that will lead them to broaden their agency, expressing their ideas in different ways and build knowledge and culture in the world as it's being made. So I like it very much. It's just a piece of Holzman text that she says, for quite a few years now, people have been urged to think outside the box. I don't think that goes nearly far enough. We need to give up the box. We need to think without a box. So that's why what we have to teach our kids, to think without a box, with no walls, with no specific places. They have to go on and on and on, and we have to listen their voices, and they have to say their voices out loud. This is a little video that I have from a student. We made an experiment with colors, and it was changing from one cup to another. And this is something that shows that she's really interacting. She's doing, it's hands-on. She is doing that. She is observing. And then she's coming with hypotheses and theories. So let's see, it's very beautiful. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, here I have some references that I use it for the work. You have my email. If you want to contact me, just feel free. It's going to be a pleasure to have you, to interact and to share knowledge with you. And I just have to say thank you for you all. I hope you enjoy it. See you next time. Bye.